Drake talking about fake friends is that there's an interesting conversation that's being had. And I think it's interesting in both facets, whether I agree with it or not. I agree. I think Drake has been betrayed by people who he has considered friends. I agree with that. But also, I'm savvy enough to know that, well, other people felt they've been betrayed by Drake when they thought Drake was friends. Maybe not in the sense of they're colluding or they're joining forces with other niggas to diss Drake, or Drake was colluding or siding with other people to diss them. But Drake was super friendly and buddy when they were on the come up and they had a hit song that Drake felt he could, use or be a part of. And whether that goes for Block Boy JB or it goes for the litany of artists that feel like, well, Drake wanted to have one of the hottest songs in the club at the time, and I had the hottest song, and all right, we were mad cool at that point. He said I was his twin, I was his gang. And as soon as I cooled off and I wasn't relevant anymore enough, or he didn't need me anymore, he didn't fuck with me anymore. So maybe there's people who think that about Drake, and someone said to me, they said, how is it different what Drake is saying about these other guys? He thought they were friends. They really weren't. It's like how he views other artists that he's just jumped on a song and not giving a fuck about. Maybe those guys were like, these new guys, whether it's Rick Ross, whether it's Future, Metro Boomin, whether it's The Weeknd, whether it's Kendrick, whether it's J. Cole, whether it's anybody, whether it's A$AP Rocky, maybe they're now saying, Drake, we just don't feel like we need you anymore, so we're good. Is that snaking them? Because they're saying that Drake has forgotten people who gotten washed up or Drake didn't need them anymore. And I thought about it and I said, that's a good point. That is a good point. I guess the only difference is if you feel it's strictly business, which, by the way, I do blame Drake for trying to take these rap relationships to be like, oh, you're my brother, you're my twin. I blame Drake for that. But if we're going to compare it to oh, well, shit, Block Boy JB can't get him on the phone right now. He did the same to other people. It's all good as long as you're not contributing or you're not piling on to his jumping, right? If you're not in the 20v1, that's cool. Now, let's talk about all these people. Are they involved in the 20v1? J. Cole, is he involved? I don't think so. Could Drake be disappointed by him? Probably. Does he really have footing in shit? Maybe it's one of those yo, Drake, same way you had these artificial relationships with people, yeah, your relationship with J. Cole was artificial too. Can't blame J. Cole. Let's see who else. Rick Ross. Feels a little bit different. All right, Rick Ross. Get it. Maybe at this point you didn't need Drake or whatever the case is, but you didn't have to pile on. Now, obviously, Rick Ross's decision to pile on was oh, nah, Drake, he denied French record. Okay, whatever. But I guess that's the difference, right? It's not about if you're treating Drake like maybe he's treated other artists. It's if you are joining in on this consortium of trying to get rid of Drake. I guess that's the problem. And I agree with that, right? Even if you ain't fucking with him no more, you don't got to be jumping in with the niggas who are now teaming up to get him. So I agree with that too. Yeah, so a lot of these videos were floating around.
Not yet, please. Yeah, we here. Yo, Corey, make it sexy
a bunch of these videos.
Yeah, because I'm funny. Watch out. Excuse me. Can I get my face?
So Drake saying people might switch up, they might stab you in the back. Do I think a little bit of that is playing victim? Slightly. Do I think a whole lot of that is him saying, yeah, y'all don't fuck with me no more? Or yeah, maybe we're not as cool as we used to be, but you don't got to be siding with my ops, right? The guys who directly are coming for me, y'all are siding with them. Who are these people? Metro Boomin and Kendrick. Why are y'all directly siding with Metro Boomin? If we just kind of fell out over the way or we're just not as cool, or maybe we weren't ever friends, or maybe you realized we weren't friends at one point because I don't know, maybe you wanted a repost by Drake or a feature by Drake and Drake didn't give it to you, so you realize, man, I ain't that cool with him. All right, that's fine. Like, you don't gotta fuck with him, but does that mean you have to join in on a bunch of people plotting to eradicate him? I think that's a good point as well, right? Anyway, we will see what happens. Yo, Drake, I'll say this last part just to me. It's a reason why niggas keep thinking that you're the guy just giving out fake love. Like, bruv, it's no way you love Mario's music like this, bro. Like, the way Drake be acting like he's the BFF with a nigga on stage. Ain't no way you like that nigga music. Like, this nigga is in Mario's mouth more than the girls, bro. Like, he's like, yo, like, Drake, come on, just chill, bro. Okay. Anyway.